So first intermission at our Junior A game. I'm joined by Brad Ritchie, with the Blizzard. Instrumental in bringing the game up here this weekend and the two teams. So how did you get that conversation started? I know you've had two boys that played on the team. You guys have been involved with the team for a number of years now. And I mean, it's so great for Thompson to get this, but how did we get that conversation started? How did this come about, man?
Yeah, well, it's under the category, be careful what you ask for. So we started talking about it last summer when we were at Founders Cup. I was there with the management group of the Blizzard watching. That's the national championship for junior lacrosse. And I said, it'd be great because I've been really trying to get kids from Thompson down to watch the Blizzard, and it hasn't been working very well. So I thought, let's bring it here. Maybe it'll be simpler to bring it to the masses. So that's what we started talking about. And we spoke about it again at Christmas time when I was down in Winnipeg. And it wasn't likely, but I got to give a lot of credit to the Rocky Mountain Lacrosse League. They already had their schedule completed, and this weekend was a different weekend for both teams.
Okay.
But first of all, the league agreed to switch up the schedule, which was fantastic on their part. Secondly, Saskatoon, without a second of hesitation, said, yeah, we'll come. Really? It's funny, they phoned me on Wednesday, and they said, hey, how far is it from Saskatoon to Thompson? I said, I'm not telling you until you're on the bus, but no, they were great. They completely committed to coming up. They've got nothing to gain from this except to grow the sport, and it's growing so big in Saskatchewan and Saskatoon with the Rush, the pro team going there. It's the biggest thing happening in sports in Saskatchewan right now. And their whole attitude was right from the ownership to the general manager to the manager and the coaches who are here. Hey, it's our job to grow this game, and it's kind of what we're feeling as well too. So it was a nice marriage that way. So they decided to come up, and then the Manitoba team says, yeah, you know, we have some costs of coming up there, and some loss of revenues from their home games, but so we managed to figure out a way to deal with that logistically. So it was game on. Yeah. And you know, we just really got started working out in January, talking to City Hall, getting the rec people on side here, knowing what's going on, and that's kind of how it started.
Yeah, well, and it's been great. And I mean, the crowd here, we were guessing 400. We haven't done a head count yet, but could be even more. I mean, this shows that people want to see lacrosse and they're excited about it. So hopefully we can get another. It certainly wasn't a bad idea, and great that Saskatoon were so good about that. I know I read some of the stuff on the website with the Blizzard, and same kind of thing, a real commitment to growing the sport and being part of the community. And I know these guys the kids are expected to do a little more than just show up for practice and play the games, right?
Well, you know, lacrosse is a bit of a tough sport to learn in passing and catching. You play it. So passing and catching, you're not going to get it if you just come out Monday and Wednesday from 5 till 6. You're going to have to do it home with your brother or your sister, a buddy, mom and dad, whatever it is. And so, yeah, we're trying to get the kids to recognize that there's something to do and keep a stick in their hand. And that's going back to when the first generation of lacrosse players played, like yourself and guys older than you, Bruce.
Absolutely.
And then the second generation, so guys like William and Isaac who are out here tonight, and Stevie Gorn and Tyrell Charlton and all those guys. You remember, they were always out there playing, right? And hopefully this will lead to that.
Getting some stuff going. Well, it's a nice recognition, I think, like you say, that we've put some kids through the program, if you want to call it that. Yeah. And they're kids that learned how to play lacrosse under the tutelage of Glenn Lakelock. Like, who knew that guy could produce champions? But it's happening. So the kids that learned here are as good as any kids in Manitoba. And for people in Thompson, like you mentioned right off the top, we don't see a lot of really good lacrosse just because it's far away and people don't get to the game. So it's really nice to see what the next level looks like, because a lot of people in Thompson have never seen that, right? And it really is. It's such a skilled game. I mean, the creativity is just off the hook.
Yeah.
And the speed. And
it was a pretty good first period. It looked a bit tentative, I would say, by both teams. It's early in the season, right? So, feeling it out. The Manitoba Blizzard, I know they've got major turnover on their roster this year. They had 7 or 8 guys who aged out. So, you put 8 new guys into the lineup. That makes a difference, and that happens in junior sports, right? But I'm quite impressed. I mean, I know that I've known the team now for 5 years as I've been watching it very closely, and it kind of feels like my first year now because I only know a few of the guys.
Bit of a reset,
I knew all the young guys on that first team that I watched, and now I know the remaining old guys, I guess you could say. So, yeah.
We're almost out of time. We've got another game coming tomorrow afternoon, and we're looking for a big crowd again there. Any of the sponsors who really helped out? I mean, you mentioned that the city have been great with getting this going, and I know that, like anything in Thompson, a whole bunch of people stepped up to help make
Hey,
this
Bruce,
happen. And
you know exactly, because like it was January or February, and I went to specific people who I knew loved lacrosse and are great community sponsors, and I started there, and it was almost 100% positive responses. Really? So gold sponsors, Canadian Tire, Sling Choker, Comair. Silver sponsors include A&B Builders, Hayes Auto Body, Smoot Contractors, Brandt Tractor, Orica, Doug's First for Sports, and Valet. And then we got the silent auction sponsors. Doug Lamontagne took care of all of that stuff for us and made it happen. It's just been tremendous support, and people, you know, it's tough because they're like, well, what the heck am I supporting? And so I had to really draw a picture for them, but they came through, and without them, this would not be happening because it's a big ticket to make this happen. So without those businesses I mentioned, it wouldn't happen.
Dynamite. And one last little shout out to a bunch of the volunteers. I mean, the people in the penalty box, we got the beer gardens, we've got the people at the front desk out there.
Mike
like
Ross,
so
Brandy Ross, Dave Babula, Chris Sylvester, Kathleen Hodgins, Nelson McKay, Judy Saunders, organized the supper.
Don't forget Tara Ritchie.
Tara Ritchie doing the program and all the extra stuff. Baco's Pizza for providing the meal for the team. I know I've forgotten someone, and I apologize, but it's been great.
Excellent. No, top marks to everybody and to you for making this happen. It's an awesome game. We got to get to the second period.
Thanks to Shaw, and thanks to you guys for doing it.